Well, we're the Kites, and my name is Jan. We decided that we wanted to fill in the void over our kitchen area because my husband wanted a library of his own and a little man cave. They came around to talk to us, have a look at the house, understand what it was that we wanted to do, said that yes, they could do it. From the start, it was explained to us in detail what was going to happen. The crew was introduced to us, and I got all their phone numbers. I got the foreman's phone number and the leading hand's phone number, in case there were any hiccups when they weren't here. They told us that they would erect scaffolding, which they did. They were very conscious of making sure that we weren't inconvenienced, but they didn't cut us off from any rooms because my bedroom is downstairs and it was right near where the scaffolding was. They were always on time. There was never any delay. The scaffolding went up quickly, the sheeting went up quickly, and then they began after that. The build itself was involved. There was a lot of detail involved. The ceiling had to be raised a little bit because it was not up to spec. There was flooring involved. They had to take out 2 large windows. So the other thing that my husband wanted was a balcony. So we wanted a cantilevered balcony. We didn't want one that had supports. And if we couldn't be cantilevered, then we didn't want it. Their leading hand spent a long time making sure that the balcony was safe, that it was secure, that the glass fitted properly, and we were very happy with the outcome. My husband decided he wanted a walk-in robe off his room. That was a little tricky because it was built on top of an existing roof. They had to push a wall out, insert a doorway, extend the roof line, and make it watertight. Whenever we changed our mind, they were very helpful with that as well. They wanted to put in a wall. They wanted to close off this extension with a wall, and I said, maybe we don't need to do that. And the guys told me that if we ever wanted to put a wall in, that it would be easy enough to do. I found the crew very helpful. They were polite. They were respectful of us. They were respectful of our space. Rob kept me informed every step of the way. There were some delays with supply, but he would keep in touch with me every second day. It's coming, it's on the dock, it's in Sydney, it'll be here on such and such a time. Everything was duly delivered. They didn't chew up the garden. Trucks were coming and going. So overall, it was a very pleasant experience. When it was all done, we were very, very happy with what had been done. I walked over everything carefully. My husband walked over everything carefully. The challenge came a couple of months later when we had a heavy downpour, and suddenly we had a trickle of water coming down. I rang Rob and I said, have a problem? And he sent round his foreman that afternoon, who went up onto the roof and into the walk-in robe and discovered what the problem was, and he poured whatever sealant that he had in his truck into it, and that solved the problem. In terms of aftercare after the build, Rob is always on the ball. He's always available on SMS or telephone. If he can't speak to you, he sends a message to say that he's in a meeting, and he always calls me back straight away afterwards when he comes out. We didn't end up paying thousands more than we were quoted in the beginning. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend Exceed Homes to anyone. And in fact, whenever we're out at dinner parties with the neighbours and so forth, and they're talking about renovations, we always talk about Rob and his company. This was a very pleasant experience, I have to say.